Alright, Honda Element tailgate release. These are the tools you're gonna need. Also, a jigsaw is necessary. Let's see. Back spoke, or you can replace with some metal wire. Zip tie, door handle, of course. A small screwdriver is to pry this cover off. Some drill. A pry bar, make sure you have a metal one. I'm afraid the plastic one won't be strong enough. A Philip, flathead, plier, marker pen, the masking tape, measurement tool, a knife just in case, and the bender clip, of course, the jigsaw. The first step, remove the cover piece. You're gonna take out the holder here, just simple clip, and here you're gonna need a screwdriver. Sometimes the outside, the small ring also turns, so you put a finger here and turn the center, it will come off. This is what it looks like when you take it off. So now we got the screws off and we can take out the cover panel. For me, it's really difficult the first time to take out it, so I have to use a metal pry bar and pry here really hard until I hear two clip sound, roughly this area. The rest I can pull out by my hand. Yeah. Oh yeah, check out my swivel seat. Sweet. I'm gonna do a little bit comparison between the handles. So this one is from passenger side rear door, and this one is from driver side rear door. If you go with this design, I will prefer this one rather than this one. Not because the color, of course the color is different, so when you buy this, be careful with the color of your interior plastic. The reason is that this one is designed in this way. Alright, so when installed in our door, it's designed this way, and you need to flip over to make, see the metal part, when you pull, it moves this way, so you have to flip it over. And I'll explain later after I take out the cover why I prefer this one rather than this one. So when you got your handle, you see the little notch over there? Use a small screwdriver to pry it out. Okay, then you can see two screw holes here. Yeah, here's the other two screw holes. This is where you fix this thing onto your door. So once you pull down the cover before, it will be so much easier to put on again. Let me show you the location of the clips. The one here, 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 and here. And I didn't put this one back in because I borrowed the hole from the metal. I'll show you later. So this is what you get after you pull the cover off. I'm gonna show you how the lock works. Firstly, I'm gonna show you something. Here, outside is our keyhole. So this one controls the lock and unlock. Check out here. Lock, unlock. Alright, but we're not interested in the lock. In this video, we're interested in the release, the door release, which is this thing. What this does, so it's connected by a wire here. Here's the blue thing here is a stopper. All right, and the wire goes in here all the way, circle back here to our outside handle. All right, see, the handle works like this, and when I pull the handle, this thing will pull on the right direction. So what we're gonna do is to add a string or something here, and so when we pull the handle, see, when we pull the handle, it's gonna go this way, and you're gonna pull this thing this way. That's how we release the door. There's few holes on the door. You can choose to put the handle here, here, or you can choose the handle on this side. I will prefer this one because if I put it here, I will need a longer wire. I don't want to do that. And if I put here, I need to figure out somehow turn the direction from this side to here. How you're gonna pull from this side and turn this thing, right? And same thing goes with this one. So the next step is to cut out a hole on our plastic cover. And you can see from the handle and the hole here, the hole is not so much bigger than the handle. So we need to figure out a way to, cut the hole in the plastic precisely so we can fit in the handle inside this hole. So the best way I can think of is use the mask tape to tape out a square area that can fit the handle. Make sure that your tape goes out and you can see from here, because we're gonna put a cover back in and mark out on the cover area. So I put the cover back on, and you don't have to clip all the clips. You just clip a few to hold it in place. That'll be good. So we can see our mark here, here, and here, and here. Now I just need to take some more tape to tape on the cover itself. So this is what it looks like when you tape another layer of masking tape. All right, align the tape here, 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 and here with the previous one, so you can have a square area here. So now we have a mark and we can start drilling. My suggestion is to drill holes smaller so you can have some room to adjust. Also, before you do that, you're gonna have to tear this thing apart to give you some room here. All right. So after you jigsaw the hole out, the hole doesn't have to be perfect. You can see the edge here. And after we put in the handle, it will cover the edge, so it doesn't matter. After you make sure the hole fits, right? The next problem is to how to fix this thing. The whole thing is hollow. The whole thing is hollow. There's no fixed point. How to fix this? So my solution to this hollow area is this weird shape wooden bracket. It's 3/4 thickness, and this part is 1/4 thickness, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, and I pick up this from the scrap wood box in Home Depot, so it's free. It goes in like this, and okay, it's hard to do it one hand. So it goes in like this. This part is a support against the wall, and this part is to extend here, so I can screw on here, and here is another screw place. So now you need to do is to take out your marker point here and point here, and took this thing out so you can drill the guide hole for the screw. So this is what you're eventually gonna get. It took me a lot of time to adjust and make it fit. Also, you be aware of the little notch here to give some clearance. And this is how you see the two holes here. This is how you attach the handle to it, and these two holes are to attach this whole bracket to the tailgate, and this is the support against outside wall. And next step, put a cover back on, put the handle in, and use your marker to mark the hole here and here. So after that, when you take out, you know the place, you can drill the guide holes for the screws. Now we screw the handle on here, and we can see, now check out here, when you pull, it will goes towards the right hand side. and we're gonna connect the spoke one side here and the other end here, so we can pull this thing. So we need to determine how long of the spoke we need. The way to do that is use the bender clip, all right, to clip our handle here. All right, so we have more space to work. For this part, you don't have to be exact. You can actually eyeball it. Remember, this lever is on release mode, and which means this thing is supposed to be release position. So you can actually eyeball put the spoke here and check out, okay, this is somehow the area I need, this is the length I need. So next step is to bend the end area. So the next thing about the spoke is that, first of all, it's really solid, and next thing is that when you put in here, the tab here serves as a stopper, so you won't the whole thing won't go through here. All right, this is the spoke. I cut off a little bit, about 1 inch. So if it's too long, it's difficult for you to, put in the hole here. And I bent this side opposite direction of the tab. Also, you can see the whole right hand part, I bend it downwards. That's because from here to here, you're gonna hit the inside here. So I bend it so to give a little bit more clearance. And also I realized that after I bend this kind of hook here, it won't pass through here. So what we're gonna do is to pop the brake line. Yeah, it's actually called brake line. So we're gonna pop here and put it downwards, so this pin goes out too. So I put a spoke through, see? Put a spoke through, put this little pin inside. Now is you just pull this and pop the blue piece back in here. So now we got everything in, the pin, this thing, and our spoke. Now it's time to test fit. So the outside of spoke come here, it should go in the hole, the ring hole here. This is why I prefer this one over passenger side, because for passenger side to work, it has to be this way. All right, it has to be this way. And for this way, the ring here is about this direction, so it goes like this. I don't like it that way. I want it to be more horizontal. Now we can test. All right, put this thing out. All right, let's get rid of this thing. Now we can test. Oh yeah, it works. So before we put everything back on, we need to take the handle out and also attach a zip tie here, so later we have access to it. So now we're gonna put the cover back on. Okay, this is the retake. Actually, I put everything back in, and when I do the test, the hook fall out from the handle, so I have to redo this. Turns out I was wrong. You probably should have kept this piece so the hook here, it's longer, it won't fall out. And also I bent this hook a little bit more inwards, and when you before you put a cover back on, you better have your zip tie, no, not like this, but like this. So yeah, like this. Okay, now we're back in the car. The zip tie is connected to the hook. Also, make sure you have this, so we have a little bit extra room to work on. Next step is to we can actually remove the zip tie with your one finger to hold the hook and the other hand to connect the hook to the ring. It's doable, not difficult at all. And put a screw back in, put this cover piece back in, then we're done. Okay, everything's back in. Let's do our final test. Oh yeah, it works. Actually, I done this last week with this thing as my pull string. I don't really like it, so I replaced this thing with a spoke I got from local tool library. Oh, one more thing, forgot to mention. I didn't add any pull strap here or here like any other kit come with it. So you have to reach here. Oh, oops. Reach here to lock it. You see, not convenient at all, but I only use the release maybe handful of time a year, so I don't think I'm gonna introduce another hole in my panel. Okay, trouble time. When I install everything. See that? It doesn't work. Okay, so the hook is today I'm trying to replace. This is the original one I use. It doesn't look good, so I want to replace with a hook, but cause the problem that I cannot, open my tailgate, and this is why. Let me show you. Okay, here's the reason why the rigid cable won't work. All right, I got two reasons. Previously, the cable is a little bit shorter than this one because I have to bend it straight and bend a smaller hook. You can see here, very small hook. And previously, this part is shorter, which means it's gonna create constant tension. Pay attention here. You're gonna create constant tension, but this much, and this much will cause the door won't open at all. And remember, we also have outside release, okay? So see what happens when I push the handle. All right, it fell out. Why? Because this thing is rigid. It doesn't have any give when this thing turns right. Doesn't have any give. But the previous one doesn't look good at all. But see the hook here? It has give. That's why this one works. I'm gonna switch back. Okay, put the original one back. See? All right, it works from here. And let me try this handle. Okay, see? See that? Okay, I put the original cable in. Now it's moment of truth. Let's test. All right, close. Oops, works. And test from inside. All right, works too. Yeah.